one of many on hand as far as executives are concerned, and player development advisor for the Maple Leafs, Steve Staios. And before we talk trades and everything else that happened here in Philadelphia over the weekend, just take us back to, I guess, 91 second round. The St. Louis Blues pick you up in the second round, and what a thrill it must have been for you and your mom and dad and family.
Yeah, it was a great day. I mean, it's great for everybody around you and your support staff, your parents, your family, and friends that are there with you. You know, you put a lot of work into that day, but you know, it really is just the first step for these young men. But they deserve to have a day like this and come out and enjoy with their families.
And as exciting as it is for a lot of these kids, and I look back to your career, the jump to pro hockey was quite an education, and the valuable time you spent in the American Hockey League before you finally got it, and some coaches along the way that pounded some sense into you.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's good because going into this role in player development, I can let our players know that I was just about 3 years in the minors before I even got a chance to play in the NHL. So it's part of the process. You have to go through it, you know, and you know, those are the type of things that I try and lend to our team as our young men as they start to develop. But it's again, it's a great day. Our scouts do a lot of work to find the right players, and draft some high character quality players today, and we're looking forward to working with them.
And as these kids come into professional organizations, is it difficult to define a role when you've played such a prominent role with your junior or college team and wondering where you fit in at the pro level?
Well, that's where you have to concentrate just on the individual. We let our players know that it's about getting better every day, every time you're on the ice. And you know, we have some patience with them. We want them to work at it. We want them to understand the details of it and what it takes to become a pro. But we understand that it takes some time. That you know, it just doesn't happen overnight. And you know, that's part of this job. And we want to make sure that they have that full understanding going into it. Again, draft day is a great day, and then the work starts right the day after.
Well, the Leafs get certainly tougher on the blue line, and as tough as it was to see Carl Gunnarsson go to St. Louis, Roman Polak comes. You've had an opportunity to play against him recently in your career. What do you think he'll bring to the blue line as Toronto wants a presence in front of the net?
Well, he'll be a presence for sure. He's a big body. In fact, I just got to see him play over at the World Championships as well. He's a big body. He has some leadership abilities. He's a right shot. He's got a heavy shot as well. And, you know, he's a big presence and can move very well for a big guy as well. So that physical presence is always something that you want at all times, but in big games as well, around the front of our net. Those types of things, very reliable as well, and a decent puck mover. So we're happy to have him.
And as Cody Franson enters restricted free agency, there are question marks there. He's a right-handed shot. You get a right-handed shot. And on this team, I guess maybe Petter Granberg gets a chance to make the club. To have 2, possibly 3 right-handed shots in the lineup, that'll be good, especially with a young blue line playing the other side.
Well, it's always good to have competition. You know, it drives the individual, it drives the athlete to get better. So, and you know, the way the season goes and long seasons, we need depth, especially at defense as well. So, we're looking forward to seeing all our guys, our young guys, going into prospect camp, and then the rest of our group coming in for training camp, and continue to get better as an organization.
The development camp's not that far away. How important is this for that group of 20 to 30 young men to make the right first impression, although some of these kids will have been here before?
Well, it's important. I think the idea of our prospect camp going into this year is about education, as well as assessing our players and getting to know them. It's not as much of an evaluation as it maybe has been in the past. I think we understand that these are our players, and we want to bridge the gap from where they are right now and expedite the process for them to get better as professionals. So it's an important camp. It's educational. We work hard at getting it together and putting it together, and hopefully they get a lot out of it.
Are you going to be able to take the skates off at all this summer? Because it seems you're at MasterCard Center quite often working with these young kids, especially those who live in the Toronto area.
Yeah, after prospect camp, maybe have a little bit of time off, but no, I enjoy it, and we have great kids. We have great character guys, and it's a pleasure to be working with them.
We'll end it on this and talk about William Nylander, who took the elevator up with Brendan Shanahan. I just said, how good could his dad have been had he played in this era as opposed to the clutch and grab era that gave you guys a bit of a chance against some of those real fast forwards? And I mean, I know his dad wasn't the greatest of skaters compared to what William is, but he was still a pretty adept forward.
Well, in fact, Michael and I were drafted together in 1991, so now I'm going to be looking after his kid, you know, in the development process, so it makes me feel a little bit old, but definitely high skill, you know, a great character kid, and we're looking forward to having him with our group. Michael was highly skilled. He didn't use as much speed as William does, but definitely a real playmaker, really difficult to defend, real slippery type of guy. So great pedigree. You know, him getting to play with his dad and train with his dad is only a bonus for us. And you know, he's well on his way to becoming a great pro.